Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, Saturday, the 20th of August 2016, on the island of Chios at the Mayor's Building. We are here with the Mayor of Chios, Vournous, for a quick live interview about all things being for Chios and everything to do with Chios. Mr. Mayor, we are, as I guess, the most powerful island on Earth. In your view, running this powerful island, what is Chios in the general context on planet Ocean?
It's very interesting that you put it that way. The real power of Chios is really high, but it is not on the location, it's on its people. And what we should actually do, and we're trying to do, is to get all this power, these people, working just a bit for this island and for their compatriots here. I think the real strength of the island is the know-how of people, how to navigate worldwide, whether either they are on the sea or they are on the land. They do know how to navigate. And what is Chios today? Chios today is an island at the eastern border of Greece, at the eastern border of the European Union, trying to find itself into this moving and more faster and faster day by day, and to establish better its location. The only real investment and real sector of investment, I think, it's the human power of Chios. It's the human capital actually, and what we should capitalize on and we should stretch better and protect is the human capital. So. And I think this is the future for Chios also. The know-how of Chios, how to go in the sea, how to trade, how to make negotiations. All that is the real power, and that's where we're trying to focus on.
I'm pleased to hear this because if a generation above me listened to what you just said, you remind me of Professor Andradis' book about Chios. He said, quote, "The Chian became the best cultivator of his difficult land, the best exporter of his own products, and the best, of course, trader worldwide." And this is, for example, what we all see at Citrus. And even, as you said, the human factor, the boosting of Admiral Canaris, who used this seamanship and the human resources of the island, needless to say, Christopheros Columbus, who also based the major challenge to find the West Indies, but he found America, to be based on seamanship, as you said, that people know to navigate. It is very important. And of course, that last thing I have to rewind again about this amazing museum that we visited, and ladies and gentlemen, you all know about it in our previous coverage, that the uniqueness of our island is second to none. And of course, indeed, is Chios ruled the waves, Navkratousa, and then is the United Kingdom, Britannia ruled the waves. We must put things in perspective.
Actually, it's very interesting, and we should stress out that about the Masticha Museum you mentioned earlier. What has been very lately listed into the World Heritage, in the World Intangible Heritage List, the one that UNESCO is keeping, it was the Masticha cultivation. Actually, the know-how of cultivating Masticha, not Masticha exactly, or any other material issue. It's the know-how, the human capital of cultivating Masticha, because something which is stretching not only in the economy, not only in the agriculture, but also in civilization, into social relationships, and actually it has formed throughout 6 centuries and more a specific and very, very interesting situation, a situation which is in great danger because of the great wildfires that we had this year as well. We have at least 3 villages which are, for which there is not anymore the reason of being there. They were formed for Masticha. This is going to take 6 to 10 years to recultivate that, and we have there people who actually have nothing to do for 6 or 10 years. This is extremely dangerous for a situation where they can do other things outside of Chios, outside of their villages. And this is an issue where we're going to launch a new campaign on trying to get the adequate means as fast as possible in order first to protect the environment from this degradation and the floods, and secondly to build a new framework of protection. What I think we should go for policies of integrated protection. It's not only the buildings and the architectural heritage, it's not only the cultivation, it's not only agriculture, it's not only the forests, it's not only the stones and the sea, it's not only tourism, it's not only social infrastructure, it's all that together. And the only way to be able to make them work all together in such a small scale as it is on a small island, though powerful, is to make it work all together. Nobody can, we can't have this legal framework of the last decades where agriculture does not anything about taxes. Taxes do not know anything about the civil architectural heritage. Architectural heritage doesn't know anything about tourism. All that should go together.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, this interwoven situation is to be listened, and we have to be very careful what the mayor said. Now, coming to a more worldwide issue, which unfortunately this island is battered, is the migrant issue. So we would like you, in a very simple way, to tell us what is happening and what you envisage should happen, because the situation for everybody here is despicable. The floor is yours.
Yes, the migrant crisis of the last 2 years is something where the Chios and the other islands of the Aegean have been found on the very epicenter of the crisis. And the impact on the local population, the local economy is extremely big, extremely detrimental actually, I would say. And I'm afraid the blow has been so hard that it's going to last for a long. The negative publicity which those islands have taken, although they stood extremely well if we compare them with other European societies, is so hard and the blow, and so there must be a completely two new approaches. One, there must be established a mechanism where things are going to be distinguished. We should definitely in the EU and nationally keep the integrity of the state. The state must define itself, and EU as a, I would say, federal state, I do believe in federalism in the EU, should define its borders and be able to protect. At the same time, we should establish a mechanism where the humanitarian need, the humanitarian need of protecting a refugee should be very, very much stressed out in a way that a refugee can really get the assistance which is and the protection which is needed. And there cannot be such a mechanism if a refugee must move 5,000 kilometers of 10,000 kilometers in order to reach the assistance. We should establish, if we really look after people worldwide in that way, we should establish mechanisms which are going to function worldwide. Those who arrive on Chios, on Lesbos or on Samos are either the wealthiest, those who can pay the smugglers, or are those who have the physical strength to do that, or are those who take the risk to do that. Imagine how more people are back there who need our humanitarian assistance. So actually we're hiding the problem if we are focusing on the people on Chios, on Greece, or on the rest of Europe. The problem is much, much bigger, and we are running around our own tail if we are only focusing on that. So first, establish mechanism, a European mechanism, where the order of the law is going to be the first thing to be on. We have here, you know what? We have here many commissions by immigrants and refugees coming and saying, please get some security here. Between those people, there are people who, if you have 1,000 people as they are on Chios, that is more than the 5% of the population of Chios. There are within them people who are not, who should be detained. Okay, so they are coming themselves and saying, please, we need some more security. And you can imagine that such a crisis and all this influx of those people in a society which has been very calm and there have not been incidents of security in the past ever, is making the society trembling, and it is also triggering, in some cases, racistic and not so humanitarian based view of the problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a small break, and we will carry on the part two, brief part about the development of the island. So we'll take a small break, and we'll be back in exactly a minute. Over and out.